right? Ohio State quarterback starts doing well. They start climbing up a little bit. They start getting, and then go into the offseason. There's going to be expectations. Next season comes around, they're a failure.
OSU quarterback
Sponsored by a Home Depot.
What
Fold like lawn chairs.
But
OSU quarterback did what
the
CJ
Bears,
did right
but sports talk, the Texans organization is not the Bears organization. Bears organization still.
Yeah, they're just as bad.
Yeah, they're just as bad.
They're both horrible.
Right now, sports talk. If you're talking about it right now, the Bears still haven't figured out their quarterback. Texans organization, if you look at them right now, I told you with DeMeco Ryans, even Trent talked about Tank Dell, that deep threat who's going to take.
I have been. So have I. Trent's guys like Trent went to school with him. He's gonna support him. I've been talking about Tank Dell before the season also.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I think CJ can break that mold. Justin Fields, and I've said this on my podcast, and Brandon, correct me on this. Mm-hmm. His confidence, Justin Fields' confidence, is like Ben Simmons. It's broken.
Yeah, you did say that.
No, he and this is what I've been trying to preach all offseason, because people were like, the Bears' offensive line is so bad. It's really not. Justin Fields is holding the ball for 4.5, 5 seconds of play. That is phenomenal. And he's still holding on to the ball. Guys are wide open, running all over the field. DJ Moore had 2 fucking yards last game, up until like the last 3 minutes.
There was one deep pass he should have caught, though. But still, Justin Fields has been terrible this season. And guess what, Champagne, you better win this one, because next week Denver is facing Chicago.
No, I'm cheering for the Bears. I want Caleb Williams.
Hey man,
how you gonna trade for Russ, man?
Well, shit, they'll figure it out, man. Hey, that's not my job, man. That's the GM job. I don't get paid. I love those. They'll figure it out.
For sure. Hey man, welcome to the Throwdown, man, episode 90. I'm your host, Ben Brandon from the block, wherever you want to call me, man. Here with another episode. Sports Talk, how you been, man?
Man, I'm so ready for this. We got the Broncos fan up in here. We got the Jets fan, or a bandwagon, I guess, up in here. Got all sorts of, you can see the banner. You already know we got to talk about them Ohio State quarterbacks. Sponsored by Home Depot, fold like lawn chairs. I'm ready for it.
I bet. It's good. LeBron, how you been, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Man, I'm excited about the game tonight. I'm not excited that I get to listen to Joe Buck's ass all night, but
Why? Joe Buck is terrible?
I just think football is not. I don't think that's his best sport. He's better when he calls baseball than football.
Facts.
Yo, OJ, how you been, man?
What's good, y'all? And just so y'all know, yeah, call it what you want.
Oh, now you're back on.
And by the way, upset alert, man. The Eagles and the Bucks, upset alert. I don't know, bro. There's something about the Eagles, bro, that I can't quite put my hands on, man.
They're missing those 2 coordinators. That was important.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple things, man. Gardner gone, that hurts a lot. That's been clear. But I don't know, bro. Either they're gonna get exposed or Baker's gonna get exposed. One of 2 things is gonna happen. But I already called them as my upset pick. So, but I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
For sure. Yo, on PSP, how you been, man?
Well, yesterday, that was hard to stomach yesterday by that Bills-Commanders game. I spent the entire night puking. So, Sam Howell threw 4 picks, including a pick 6, sacked 9 times. If you look at the stats right now, he currently leads the NFL for the most sacks in the NFL right now. But it was happy, though, and Broad can attest to this as well. There's nothing more fun than watching the Cowboys lose. That was the only silver lining at the end of the day. But Brandon, you had a hell of a day as well. Oh, we will. But Brandon, you had a hell of a day. Saturday, Oregon demolishing Colorado.
Yes, sir.
By the way, happy belated birthday.
Appreciate it.
And as for Wednesday, I can't wait to go to New Orleans. New Orleans.
And by the way, Washington, they are who we thought they were.
Yep. I didn't have that much expectations, OJ, for Washington.
I know. I just had to rub it in one time real quick.
And last but certainly not least, got my boy Champagne MJ. Marcus, how you been, bro?
Rough 3 weeks. Look. I just want to say firsthand, because I'm a man, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about this team. Now, with that being said, Vance Joseph, I really hope it was you instead of John F. Kennedy on that car.
Yeah,
That's wild.
No, it's not wild, bro. Because I didn't wake up on a Sunday morning with my family to sit there and watch 70 points getting dragged by everybody on social media. I don't care. That was absurd. And finally Brandon got me on the show. You know what I'm saying? He be blackballing me and stuff like that, but it's all
That's
good.
so crazy.
It's all good.
Yeah, but that's on Sean Payton too, man. He kept acting big and brash about how bad Nathaniel Hackett was.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
That part.
Hackett was terrible. I'm not. He wasn't lying. Now, do I think he should have said all that? Me personally, I wouldn't have said it, but he didn't lie. So it's like, quite frankly with you, people gonna bring up the numbers from last year, but it was the defense that won us games last year, so it wasn't nowhere near Hackett's offense.
But man, let's get straight to it, man. So the Dolphins beat the Broncos 70-20.
Beat the brakes off them boys, man. Get it right.
Tua went off 4 touchdowns, 309 yards. Tyreek Hill had 157 yards, 1 touchdown. Russ didn't have a bad game. He had 306 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I just want to hear from y'all, man. Are the Dolphins Super Bowl contenders?
They'll compete in that AFC East. I don't know about Super Bowl contenders just yet. We gotta wait till November and December. Tua, like I said, man, when he's healthy, the only concern I have with Tua has been durability. But when he's healthy, he's capable of playing like this. Mind you, they did this without Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
So, who's the running back that had over 200 yards in that game? I can't remember his name. Adji. And then
that's Sean.
And then Mostert had some touchdowns. Broncos country. Time to cry, man. Time to hide. Time to cry. It's sad to say, man. And this is on Sean Payton. He kept talking all that shit, man. Don't cash a check. Don't cash a check that your ass can't check, man. This is on him. Russell Wilson has been playing better, but that's about it. You can't expect Russ at this point to be what he was in Seattle. Tua has been unbelievable. Miami has been unbelievable. I think this is more bad Broncos than how good Miami was, in my opinion.
I agree.
Okay. Go ahead, Sports Talk.
So, with Miami, before I get to Sean Payton in Denver, with Miami, we're going to learn over the next 6 weeks if they're like that. They play the Bills, the Giants, the Panthers, the Eagles, the Patriots, and the Chiefs. We're going to find out if they're really that team in the next 6 weeks. So by the time midseason comes around and, right around Pro Bowl, we'll understand if they're really that team.
And also, don't forget about the last 3 weeks where they got the Cowboys, Ravens.
Yeah, but that's the end of the year, right? I'm talking about, the next 6 weeks, we'll really get that judgment on whether or not they're actually like that, and especially against Buffalo next week, because Buffalo's actually starting to turn it around, and they're looking like they're clicking on all cylinders. And, obviously they're going to get Jalen Waddle back. Let's not forget Jalen Ramsey comes back later this season at some point, right? So they're expecting more to come in the future, even with how good they're doing right now. Again, just like PSP said, the concern's always been Tua. Last year they were doing the same thing, right? They were not winning by 50 points, but they were winning games, and a playoff team it was all about whether or not Tua could make it. Now, to get to Sean Payton, I want to bring up some stats from Nathaniel Hackett last year, and I want to compare the two. And then at the end, I want to run through and see how many games we predict the Broncos are going to win within this first 15 games. And we're going to see if Sean Payton has a chance of hell in being better than Nathaniel Hackett was, when you also include all the expectations. Which is, I can already give you a quick insight. It's a no. Last year in the first 3 games, Nathaniel Hackett was 2-1. And we were all shitting on this man for week 1, them deciding to kick that field goal from like like 60 some odd yards when you just paid Russell Wilson all this money. Obviously, the Broncos right now are 0-3. They lost by 50 points. Cool. Okay. It still only counts as one loss at the end of the day. Last year, they were averaging on offense 14 points. And on defense, being averaged against them in the first 3 weeks, they were averaging 12 points against them. Okay. We get it. Defense was really good last year. This year, they're averaging 23 points and giving up 41. Now, I took this last game and made it to where it was only 40 points that got scored on, right? Because 70 is such an outlier. It's going to inflate the numbers. So I put it down to 40. That they're averaging 31 points scored against them on a realistic standpoint. When you bring in Sean Payton for a first rounder and a second rounder, and he talks all this shit, I don't care who you
it's
hire.
It's a third rounder, by the way.
They received a third rounder and Sean Payton. They gave up a first and a second.
Oh yeah, we did give him a second. Go ahead, continue.
So I don't care who we're going to use as the cop-out answer of who he hired. I don't care, right? You brought in an offensive-minded coach to only score 9 more points than you did last year when it was only 14 points to begin with. So you're averaging right now of 3 touchdowns and a field goal with an offensive-minded coach. Cool. Now, I get it. They've had injuries on offense, abundance of injuries, actually. But your defense is so atrociously bad. I can't figure out really why. I get it, the defensive coordinator. But, how much has the personnel really changed from last year to this year? I don't think it's an incredible amount. Am I right? Wrong, Champagne?
No. Go ahead, continue.
So it's right around the same thing. So Nathaniel Hackett's worst loss last year came in his 15th game when he got fired. They lost by 37 to the Rams. Okay, Sean Payton's already got him beat in that regard. Lost by 50. Okay. Nathaniel Hackett ended last year 4-11 before he got fired. So I want to go over with you guys the next, 12 games. And we're going to see how we favor the Broncos right now.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think it'll be fair to determine what we think of the Broncos right now. All right, next week got the Bears. I think the Broncos beat the Bears.
Yep, barely.
The Jets.
They should win that one.
Okay.
Because of Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Packers,
And
Chiefs.
it's at home. So they should win that game.
Chiefs, Packers, Chiefs.
L.
Okay.
3 L's in a row.
Bills.
L.
Loss.
Vikings.
They could
win that one.
They could,
How
yeah.
bad Minnesota's defense has been.
It doesn't matter though. Denver's
don't matter
offense
if
is not
your
going to keep
defense
up
giving
with
up
Vikings
50
offense.
points.
That's the point.
Browns.
They're just going to get outscored. Vikings.
That's
are
what
gonna
I'm
get
saying.
No.
That's literally what I've been trying
Browns-
to say.
No,
It don't matter.
Browns
You're gonna
one,
get.
that's a questionable one because you're not sure about Deshaun still.
Okay. Texans.
That's a win.
Houston could
Hold
actually
on,
win that
Brandon.
one.
Can I have an opinion on this real quick?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I just
Go
want to
ahead.
not necessarily rebuttal, but kind of add more context to the shit that you just said. So, first of all, Sean Payton came in. The whole thing with Sean Payton was to fix Russ, fix our offense. Our offense was the issue last year. Now, granted, the one thing I'm gonna one of the few things I'm putting on Sean Payton for sure was hiring Vance Joseph when us Broncos fans fucking told you Vance Joseph is ass. He can't coach a defense. Even post Super Bowl when he came in 2016, our defense, it was the same unit from the Super Bowl defense, and he made us worse. So off rip, we knew Vance Joseph wasn't a good DC, and he had middle of the pack defense. He ain't never had a top 10 unit. Never. His defense has never cracked the top 10. Not even the Cardinals defense a couple years ago. Never. So that's one mistake. I definitely Sean Payton. You taking good amount of this blame because of the fact that you allowed this piece of shit to be our defensive coordinator again. So that's one. And from 14 points to 23, considering how bad our offense was last year, and considering the fact that we came into this season with no Tim Patrick, no Jerry Jeudy to start the year off, and still putting up the points we did, and developing guys like Brandon Johnson and developing guys like Marvin Mims.
That's the expectation, though. Like in the
Hold on,
NFL, with an
real quick.
offensive-minded
Hold on.
coach, you're expected to do this.
Jesus Christ. All right, hold on. We were expected to be improved, which we did. Nobody expected the defense to give up this amount of points in 3 weeks. Nobody. Not even Sean Payton himself. And it's on him for hiring Vance Joseph. Nobody expected that. Now, granted, I'm not trying to say it's only Vance Joseph. No, everybody, like Sean Payton would normally say, everybody's hands is dirty in this situation. Sean Payton's hands is dirty for freaking hiring this man and hiring this man to be our defensive coordinator when you know he's trash. George Payton gets some blame because he never put enough talent on the D-line. Obviously, the defensive guys that we got or that's playing right now, they're not playing up to snub except for Patrick Surtain, if we're being honest. So everybody taking a little bit of blame of this situation we in right now. Now, with all that being said, mentioning Nathaniel Hackett being 2-1, those first 3 weeks, Nathaniel Hackett's offenses was dog shit. We won that 49ers game because of defense. We won that Texans game because of defense. And we lost to Seattle because of Nathaniel Hackett blatantly choosing to kick a 62-yard field goal instead of going on 4th and 5 when Russ was literally hot coming down the field. So, and that was poor coaching, poor time management, poor everything. We don't have poor time management this year, so that's cleaned up. Our penalties, can our penalties be better? Yes, but they were nowhere near last year, and that's all coaching. That's fixed. That's something Sean Payton fixed. Offensive production, fixed. We literally one of the best offenses in the league right now. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. I'm not saying we're dropping. I'm not saying we this Miami Dolphins offense. I'm not trying to say that. But it's definitely greatly improved from last year. Our problem is our defense is giving up damn near 50 fucking points a game. And it's inflated. And you just cut the numbers down, right? So cut it down. We giving up what?
It was 41. It was 41. I cut it down to 31.
So no matter what game we going into, even go look at the Dolphins film. Go look at the Dolphins film. We literally kept getting on the field playing from behind. You're not going to win games like that if you got to play from behind all the time. That means your offense is now out rhythm. You got to go hurry up in the first 3 minutes of the game. That's ridiculous. That's going to put your offense in such a disadvantage when you always have to come on the field and play from behind because you're out of rhythm. Now you got to go into hurry up tempo. Now you got to go into hurry up offense. Now your rhythm is disturbed. It's going to play into the offense of being at times inconsistent in the second half because they're playing from behind so fucking much. So that's all I'm really saying. I'm not saying Sean Payton is innocent. No, he talks shit. He talks shit for sure. And yeah, for right now on the surface, he's eating his words. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think he was even wrong on the shit that he talked because Hackett was still not a good coach. It's true.
But neither has he been. Peyton hasn't been either. Peyton
hasn't been the best, but the shit that Peyton could control, he definitely was better at it than Hackett was. Has Peyton, from the expectation, shouldn't we have been 2-0 right now? 2-1. I'll say 2-1 because I don't even think we was gonna beat the Dolphins regardless, no matter what happened. Even if we had a good defense, I don't think we was gonna beat the Dolphins regardless. So we should have been 2-1. I agree. We should have definitely been 2-1, but looking at the circumstances, looking at the actual context on why we're not 2-1 and we're 0-3, I can't put all that shit. I can't put all that shit on Sean Payton. I think that's on everybody. And I think Sean Payton deserves some blame, but I'm not gonna call this man a trash head coach, overrated. I'm not doing all that because at the same time, going into this year, ain't none of y'all even had us going to the playoffs anyway. None of y'all had us going to the playoffs. Professionals ain't had us going to the playoffs. I'm gonna be honest. I trolled, but Brandon knew I had us going 8-9 as a really bounced back year. So ain't nobody had us going to do anything. So the expectation that you're trying to put out ain't even as high as what you're trying to say. Should we be better? Yeah, we only 3 weeks in. There's no telling we could be better than what we are last year. Bro, we only won 5 games last year. I think we could get over 5 games before the year ends. Unless depending on what we're doing with Vance Joseph, because Vance Joseph ain't staying here for the long. He ain't staying to the end of the season. It's just no way you get to the bye week with him as DC. So if I'm being honest, the expectation wasn't as high as it was. I'm gonna be honest, the roster wasn't even as talented going into the year. It was gassed up by the outside media and shit, but it wasn't. Bro, Broncos fans, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't as talented as what everybody is saying, especially when we lost some of our top weapons to start the year off. So I mean, it's just like, and we have some of our defensive players. K'Wan Williams is hurt. He's one of our starting corners. Hurt. Caden Stearns hurt. Justin Simmons didn't even play last game. So I mean, we don't even have Baron Brownie, one of our best edge rushers, been out since training camp. He ain't played yet. He on the pup list. So I mean, I'm just saying, like, all that factor in, you was already dealt a bad hand going into the year anyway. I think we should have beaten the Raiders. We should have beaten the Commanders. But it is what it is. Like,
yo, OJ, you got any thoughts about the?
Yeah.
You got any thoughts about the?
All this analysis, man, the Broncos are a bad team, bro. Like, forget all this analysis. We can sit there and analyze. They're a bad team. This season, they were a bad team. Now I see that they're a bad team. But here's the thing. I didn't need yesterday to confirm what I already knew, that they're not a very good team. And as far as Vince is concerned, Joseph, man, I mean, yeah, we can sit here and blame them. But when you lose by that much, bro, it's effort. It's not scheme, bro.
That's everybody.
Effort, bro.
That's everybody.
And it starts at the top with Sean Payton, bro, and it gives me great pleasure because I hate him, bro. As anyone that played for the Saints has anything to do with the Saints other than Drew Brees, I want all the smoke for them, bro. So I'm happy with the whole thing. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to keep it short. Coming into the season, I knew the Broncos were not a very good team. Russ is what he is. I didn't think magically Sean Payton would make him, turn back the clock and things of that nature. And the last thing I'll say is this: as far as the defense for the Denver Broncos, bro, to be honest with you, last year was a bit of an aberration, bro. Because one thing you guys will notice, most elite defenses will have an elite pass rusher. Denver don't really have that, bro. Like, name me one elite defense or a very good defense that doesn't have an elite pass rusher. If your best player is a corner, bro, I'm sorry, man, it won't be good enough. I mean, every now and then, I mean, we saw instances with like Legion of Boom and then Revis here and there. But even then, those teams had very good pass rush collectively. So that's the problem. And they're going to need to do a better job of generating pass rush. They won't be able to do it with talent. They're going to have to scheme their way to pass rush. And
you know what's crazy?
So,
first game, we had 0 sacks in the first game. Garoppolo had like 8 seconds to throw the damn football. So off rip, I knew the pass rushing depth going into the year wasn't going to be that strong. Like, it really wasn't going to be that strong.
Concern though, man.
It's a big concern, which is why I didn't yes, I trolled, but realistically, I didn't have us doing that hot anyway. Like, I had us finishing about third on some real shit. I said we could shoot for second, depending on how the defense play. But I said more than likely we'll probably be third, right under the basement with the Raiders.
And I will say this though, real quick, right? What you guys saw, that Dolphins offense, man, that was all the stars aligned, bro. That was just like, yeah. I mean, so in the defense of the Broncos, to be redundant, that's just one of those offenses, man. That day, the stars aligned for that offense.
Yeah,
bro.
the timing
like
was
the
just
crap that they were doing, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. Even against the 49ers and the Cowboys, they would have got away with a lot of that stuff, bro. It was just clicking, bro, on all cylinders, man. And I think not having Waddle, and I think they're at full strength with Waddle. Don't get it twisted, but I think not having Waddle, it added a different dimension, a different look to the Dolphins, right? And so they exploited that. So I mean, there's that too. So,
all right, PSP, make it quick, man. What's your thoughts about the game, Dolphins and Broncos situation and all that type of stuff?
One last one, and I'll let Broad go because I already gave my statement. Nathaniel Hackett, former ball boy of the Denver Broncos, torched that defense up, man. So I'm gonna let Broad go.
All right, go ahead, Broad.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, the Dolphins have looked very good the first 3 games, but I'm waiting to see Super Bowl contenders. I don't want to say that just yet, and it's not because I'm a Dolphins hater, because I want to see them play against their stronger teams on their schedule, like Dallas, like Baltimore, like Buffalo.
I got you, TK.
In the city to see if, they're competing well against the teams that aren't, quote unquote, supposed to be considered the contenders, but they play well against the contenders. I think that they have a chance. They've got a shot.
All right, man. All right, next game we're gonna talk about, man. CJ Stroud and the boys beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 37-17. CJ Stroud actually outplayed Trevor Lawrence, 280 yards, 2 TDs, completed 20 out of 30. his completions, and Trevor Lawrence had 279 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. What's your thoughts about CJ Stroud, man, and Trevor Lawrence?
Bro, this says more about Trevor than CJ Stroud. So first of all, I predicted CJ would have the best rookie campaign, so I'm not surprised. And hopefully he continues to get better and everything else like this. I'm happy this happened, bro, because all the freaking Trevor Lawrence meat writers, bro, they could kind of like just relax a little bit, bro. Like just pump the brakes. Like, I don't know why we can't just let things organically happen, bro. Just let it organically happen. Trevor Lawrence is going to be fine. He's going to be special. Okay, just let it happen, bro. But this notion of all these top 5 and all this other crap I've been seeing off season with Trevor Lawrence, bro, it's just annoying me. And I'm glad this happened. That's going to pump the brakes a little bit. And it's like I'm focusing on that. Really, I should be praising CJ Stroud and everything else. So I like a lot of what I've seen from him. But again, when I look at rookies, bro, I look at the poise, man. He looks comfortable in there, bro. He looks more comfortable in there than Dak Prescott, who's a 4 or 5 year, 6 year vet. So there's that. Yeah, random Dak Prescott shot.
No, I just said it perfectly. I mean, CJ Stroud, he balled out. For some reason, Jacksonville just likes to play really. This is what I've noticed over the years, even when they're like really good, like 2017 and last year. They like to struggle at home against Houston, which I find odd. But I mean, yeah, CJ Stroud played great. The fact that they gave up kickoff return touchdown to a fullback is pretty embarrassing. And yeah, what you said. I mean, the Trevor Lawrence meat writers. Oh, bro, he's gonna be top 5 next year. I swear, bro. Just watch.
By the way, bro, I didn't even know that was a fullback, bro. When I saw the replay, I'm like, yo, this dude's kind of thick. You know, pause.
Or how about the fact that he dropped it, picked it up, then returned it?
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. But yeah, man.
Yeah, sports talk. I know you got a lot of things to say. Go ahead.
So
Trevor
I'm trying to warn people, the people that went on PSP's podcast, PSP himself. I'm like, look, Trevor Lawrence.
You went on my podcast?
No, the people going on your podcast.
Oh,
look.
Oh, okay.
Trevor Lawrence played 19 games last year. He was not good in just about 11 of them, right? 10 or 11 of them. So for it to be that surprising that he has not had, 2 good games already, not surprising. Not surprising at all. He has the weapons. I don't know what excuse you could make for him at this point. He has good coaching, good weapons. I literally don't know what you could say at this point. And he's just overrated from top to bottom. Like, I don't get it. I've never understood the hype of top 5. It's never been there. And what Trevor Lawrence does the same thing that Justin Herbert does, but to way worse of a degree, is he plays down to his competition. That's don't know what it is.
Example, bro.
He has done it since college. I don't understand it. He plays down to his competition or with this competition. And again, he didn't do that well against, like Patrick Mahomes last week in the Chiefs. I get that, right? They were about 2 feet away from 2 touchdowns. You get the point. But Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, for some reason, they can't just go out there and play their game. It has to be like on a rope, right? It has to be lined up exactly with the other team. I don't get it. Oh, and CJ Stroud, don't worry. It's the cycle. Well, he'll start doing all right. We'll go into the offseason. Next year there'll be expectations.
No, bro. What?
And then he'll get sponsored by Home Depot. Fold like a lawn chair.
What Ohio State quarterback start off the way CJ Stroud started off? Because Fields wasn't that great. Dwayne Haskins was trash. No disrespect.
So
Fields made a lot of strides.
Fields made a lot. Yeah, Fields looked decent last year to a point where he looked like he could.
Fields was nowhere near the pocket.
Look. I get that. As a passer, I get that. No. Right. CJ Stroud runs with cinder blocks on his feet. I get the point. Right. But here's the thing. It's going to be the same cycle, and I'm just warning y'all now. Okay, he's a better passer. He's clearly a better passer than Justin Fields. That's not even a debate.
If you're a great passer and you playing quarterback, because you win from the pocket, you got to win from the pocket. If CJ Stroud got that,
you're going to go into the offseason with expectations.
I don't see how hard he's going to
go into the year next year. They're going to be expected to win the division or make the playoffs.
Bills
They're
also
gonna
expected to win
not
the
meet
division.
expectations. Get
Bills also
ready.
expected to win.
I would agree with you if your premise was
No.
based on CJ Stroud and Stroud alone, rather than the fact that he
plays for the
played at
Texans.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
he
I'm saying.
plays, and he
Ohio
also
State
plays for the
reference is
Texans.
Crazy.
He also plays for the Texans.
That is
So I mean,
not-
at the same, and like I said earlier, I mean, like they were trying to, like PSP was trying to say, the Texans are better as an organization than the Bears. No, they ain't. No,
I
the fuck
think
they
so.
I
ain't.
mean, there's
We
a lot
can
of
lie
the
here.
A lot of the
I
organizational
respectfully
issues
disagree with you
is
on
a
that.
lot different.
It's not that crazy of a reference because when you look at, like, some, for example, some of the greatest QBs that have ever played this game, not one of them played for Ohio State.
All right,
I
Marcus,
don't
what's
know.
your thoughts?
I'll be honest with you. To me, those type of takes are kind of lazy because historically Alabama has not produced quarterback, but yet we have the most starting quarterbacks in the league right now. So it's just like, nah, are they great? One of them, Tua, potentially, he's top 10. Well, actually, Jalen Hurts, well, I guess Oklahoma, but
But
still.
here,
So I
here's the part
don't really
about-
go off that.
so taking out the Ohio State part and the Texans, here's the part about CJ Stroud that has always worried me, right? And you can go back and watch his games in college. You can, and as this year goes on, you'll see this proven more and more. Whenever they're in a game that they are expected to win, again, they're not going to have this problem this year with Houston, right? They're not expected to win a damn thing. Whenever they went into a game, they were expected to win, and they were down by double digits, like 10 points, 14 points. He shuts down.
Yep.
He cannot figure it out after that. If he's in the game, he's good. He's fine. When he's ahead, he's fine. But when he is down, he panics. He tries to do things that he cannot do. He tries to be Superman. He starts doing things like Josh Allen.
You talking
Watch
about Justin
the
Fields?
games against Michigan. Watch the games against Penn State. I mean, Georgia was a good like to show this because they were always in that game. So he always played well. But as soon as he went, and again, I know it's Michigan. I know I'm a Michigan fan, so it's going to sound like I'm being biased with this. But when they went down by 10 points, you literally physically saw him change. His body, his emotions, his posture, everything changed. And so when they start getting expectations and he's down by double digits, and the great quarterbacks, they're expected to come back from this. We see them all do this. I'm telling y'all, he doesn't have that in him, or at least he doesn't right now. So until he can fix that, I'll never buy into it.
Well, the thing that also wasn't the best for Stroud last year, which it didn't happen in every game, but especially in a lot of the big games like Michigan and Penn State, when he had pressure in his face, like a guy coming up the middle, he wasn't the best at escaping the pocket to get away.
That's the thing. That's what I've already said. He has cinder blocks on his feet.
Athleticism, mobility
Like,
was never his.
I remember
expertise.
the one vivid play that I remember from this was last year, the Penn State game, end of the first half. Abdul Carter, who was a freshman at the time, ran up the middle and just smoked him for a sack.
Yeah.
Um,
But hey, man, let's see. Next game, we're gonna talk about.
Better be them Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
but I do believe
Definitely.
CJ will be.
definitely the
he has a
Cowboys,
bright
man.
future.
They
Definitely
lost yesterday. They lost yesterday to the Arizona Cardinals, man.
Hey, can I say this real quick, Brandon?
Go ahead, Mark. Yeah.
The Cardinals, the first 3 weeks, they losing games, but there's one thing about them: they are
They're
coached.
competitive.
They are well coached.
And they got fight in them, bro.
That's
They
facts.
got fight. Hey, and you
That's
got to give John Gannon some credit. He making them play hard. They just don't got the talent.
Yeah, they don't play like
They played hard until the fourth quarter.
I mean,
Yo,
they playing
Jay.
hard though throughout the whole game. They playing
That's what
hard.
they did in Philly. They play hard until the fourth quarter.
Yo, Jay, what's good, bro?
What's good with you, man? What's good with you? It's the one
What's good?
blue
Hey,
on
you-
on stream with you.
Hey, yeah, boys talk. You see it right there. You see, you're a Bears fan, man. You're a Bears
Yeah,
fan.
man. Sadly.
Sadly.
0-3. Sad.
Jay, I
0-3.
need y'all to
You know what I'm saying?
win Sunday, bro. Win Sunday.
We not winning Sunday, bro. I'm gonna need y'all to win, man. I'm about to be the breaking
Oh, bro,
fan
take
in
the
the world
win.
next week.
Take the win.
Hey, 0-3 start. No, 0-4. 0-4 on the way. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me.
Caleb Williams, bro.
But hey, but yeah, right quick, Jay. What's your thoughts about Justin Fields, man? Just right quick.
Me personally, it's depressing. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, suppressor, and I feel like the JF1 situation really reminded, but it kind of made not only myself but Bears fans also realize just how bad of an organization the Chicago Bears franchise is when it comes to development and choosing quarterbacks. Because truth be told, coming out of college, like you talking about one of the most skilled prospects going into the league. Like he's mobile, he has great arm talent, good field general. Like he has his flaws that still shows with him holding on to the ball and whatnot. But overall, like it's just I just find it hard to believe that you can't develop someone of his caliber. And seeing you fail him, it makes it hard to believe that you can develop even an Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning-esque type of prospect when you can't even at least make someone as serviceable as him. And the fact that you managed to regress with
is that a fair expectation though for the Bears coaching staff? And the reason I ask this is how many quarterbacks do you know coming out of college whose primary talent has been to run the ball and use their athleticism? How many of those quarterbacks have you seen them turn into a prolific pocket passer?
Sports talk. Are you all right? You're about to blow it. He's about to lose it. He's about to lose it. I mean,
my thing was I
can see his vein popping out a little bit.
My thing is too is that the thing is that Fields wasn't even a mobile quarterback in Ohio State to that degree that we know of him. He wasn't that mobile. I'm gonna be real. Like,
bro, did you see the Alabama championship game?
Mobile.
Alabama was like, you're not gonna run, you're gonna pass the ball. Let's see what happens.
Right hand on the Bible. Strike me down at 5 line.
He was a better passer. He was a better passer.
Nah, you must not.
I'm saying though, like
he was a better passer in college. He was a better passer.
You wasn't looking at him you wasn't watching him as a prospect, though. You're like, oh yeah, he's like the next Lamar Jackson or whatever. Like you still was like, okay, he got crazy arm talent though, and if you think otherwise, that's cap.
I never thought he had crazy arm talent, bro. Never.
He doesn't have crazy arm talent.
Never, bro.
I wish he had a rocket of arm,
bro. I laughed whenever Justin felt like, bro, this guy is not gonna be. For me, bro, the most important thing.
He had good arm talent.
Can you be prolific in the pocket, bro?
He was in the pocket in college, and he was able to.
Did he have good arm talent, or did he have all the best receivers and going against trash opponents? Is that what was happening? He had Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, JSN,
and those guys were wide open.
Wide open
every time with 5 seconds to throw, bro.
Like these guys that he has in Chicago, they're wide open too.
Tim Tebow,
DJ Moore's wide open on every out route.
Honest, bro.
Every out route, he's open.
Because of the fact that even when he had Brian Pringles as his wide receiver 1, I've still seen him make plays where it's like, that's a tough ass throw, but they'll drop it.
And then you've also seen ones where.
And then I also see him where he does hold on to the ball. Like I said, he has his flaws, but I also feel like a player like him, I'll say this with the Bears, it's 50-50 with the coaching staff and Fields. Fields obviously has his flaws where you got to do better, but the coaching staff itself, I'm going to keep it a stack with you, dog. This is my thing. You cannot say it's not on the coaching staff when you hear defenses say, oh, yeah, we knew a play that was running right off rip. Oh, yeah, we knew they was going to run a screen because we saw the same formation again, like the 3rd time in a row. Oh, yeah, we knew they was doing this. Like the fact that you were able to see, oh yeah, they're gonna stop Fields from running. We're gonna have a box formation. They can't run the ball at all. Oh yeah, let's do a run play real quick with Roshan, Josh, and Justin Herbert. Like those are things that I'm talking about. Screenplays. Okay, cool. Try to get a rhythm in, but don't use it as your primary option. You get DJ Moore. Why are you telling Fields to use DJ Moore as a 3rd option? Why are you having plays where DJ Moore and Cole Kmet are literally running the same curl route or whatever route on the same field against the Buccaneers? Why do you have plays like that? Why do you have plays where you don't use
there is some fault with the coaching staff, but it is not.
Man, I have to chime in.
It is Fields.
Go ahead, OJ.
I cannot let you do this.
One play, he'll make the right throw, and then the next play, he'll sit in the pocket for way too long.
And that's the next issue I have with the coaching staff as well, because why would, as a coaching staff, let's say, okay, boom, he is mobile. You know you have a mobile quarterback. Why in the hell would you have a mobile quarterback stay in the pocket? Why would you not have him do bootlegs? Why would you not move the pocket for him so then it won't be that difficult for him to process the field?
Okay, now that I agree with.
So like, why would you do that? And that's the part I'm talking about, the coaching staff.
from a coaching staff standpoint, they need to do what they're doing with Richardson down in Indianapolis, bro. They're making the game easy for him and leveraging his athleticism, his talent, and it's been for the most part successful. Granted, it hasn't necessarily translated into as many wins as they'd like. That's what they need to do to Fields. But as far as the coaching staff, bro, today I saw an excellent. Whoever wants to let me know, I'll send it to you. I saw an excellent breakdown, bro, of this guy breaking down like 3 plays in a row that Justin Fields had. And it was crazy going through the progressions. I'm talking about wide open, bro. The thing with Justin Fields, man, is two things. It's really a bunch of things. But pre-snap, he has zero idea what the defense is doing. Pre-snap, none. And you can tell. Post-snap, he doesn't know like how to adjust. He doesn't know how to go to his progressions. And he goes through them too fast. He literally scans the field one time and then he goes back, bro. And there were plays where guys were wide open, man. And he's running into sacks, bro. Like, there were times where the pocket is perfectly protecting him, and he's going, bro, chill in the pocket, bro.
Because he's such an inconsistent thrower.
That's the thing. I don't think you shouldn't force him to be a pocket if you know that he's just that guy that needs to use his legs in order to get comfortable.
But that's not going to be enough, though,
bro. As a quarterback,
you have to pass the ball to keep people honest, though.
As a quarterback, sometimes at some point you got to make that throw from the pocket. And I just don't have that.
You can't
otherwise it's going to stack the box. They're going to make
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still a pocket league, bro. Like, you got to win.
It's a pocket league for sure, but by the end of the day, you as a coaching staff, you have to play to your quarterback's strength. You have to make him comfortable. So then when he does have to do those things that you need him to do, like play in the pocket,
that's the thing, though. They're giving him options. They're giving him the chance.
Be like, oh yeah, swim.
He's just not taking it.
You gotta,
by the way, Jay, you realize that they're running a lot of RPOs, right? You do realize that, right? There's a lot of stuff.
No, don't get it twisted. Like I said, in my opinion, it's really 50-50. Like, it's not like I'm saying, oh yeah, it's 70 coaching staff, 30 Fields, or Fields is completely resolved. Like, trust me, it's not that at all. I definitely believe that by the end of the season, Fields is gone. Like, don't get it twisted.
Justin Fields, he's a great running back, phenomenal running back.
I think if he was on a different team,
I'll say a receiver at that. That's just me.
I don't know because we haven't seen him catch a ball.
Taysom Hill 2.0.
Oh no.
Hey, it could happen.
I feel like if he was on a different team, better
at this rate,
it would be different. But the only thing I do agree that you can't coach into him is anticipation. That's my biggest flaw I have with him is that not only that he can't read the field, but he has terrible anticipation with throwing the ball.
Like, he didn't have it in Ohio State either.
Yeah, that's because he had a brick wall in front of him, and Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson too.
He's had a brick wall in Chicago.
I want to say a brick wall in Chicago.
Bro, he's been holding on to the ball for 5-6 seconds. That's not bad. Like, look, it's not a top 5 offensive line.
Hey,
it doesn't need to be.
You're right. Hey, Sports Talk, I'll say this year you're definitely right because he had times, plenty of times where the O-line hold up and he holds the ball for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll be real. I want to say the last 2 years, I don't think he ever had a brick wall in Chicago now because his best offensive lineman was Tevin Jenkins.
By the way,
your best offensive lineman this year is who? Darnell Wright, and that's a rookie.
Cody Whitehair.
Cody Whitehair? He got injured and moved to left guard. He's terrible in that position. They have Lucas Patrick. He sucks at center. You have Nate Davis. He's going through his mother. His mother passed away. I'm not going to diss him, so he's resolved. He got
Justin Fields has had some of the most time to pass in the NFL. From the time the ball snapped to the time he is either getting sacked or releasing the ball, he has some of the most time in the NFL.
He can go to McDonald's, go to Sonic.
Bro, he can make a trip back to Ohio State and to Chicago.
We got to move on, y'all. We got to move on.
O-line, because that O-line is some dirt.
All right, let's talk
about
it.
Though. Hey, the Cowboys, man. What happened to them Cowboys, man?
Let me go first. I don't understand how.
I thought the boys were back. Nah, I thought the boys were back.
I don't understand
how
the
they say, well,
Cardinals beat the Cowboys, but we get waxed by the Cowboys. I don't understand. And we beat the Cardinals again. Like,
who's your team, TK? I forgot who your team is.
Ain't you a Giants fan?
I'm a Giants.
Oh.
You talking shit about my quarterback. Your quarterback, Daniel Jones. What the fuck?
Hey. You think I want to pay him $150
I ain't gonna lie, Daniel Jones' situation way worse. He ain't got no.
Hey, Dallas, I got a sign for you.
Let's keep it all the way 100.
He ain't got no.
We paid him $150 million. I was about to punch my computer screen because what are we doing paying him? And then we give Saquon a pay cut. Like, bro,
To be fair, I wouldn't pay a running back either.
I'm not paying Saquon either. Not all that money. I know $20 million.
No, I wasn't even like he could have got something like.
But here's the thing, though.
They gave him like what? They gave him like 13. They gave him 13 or 12. That's
they gave him like a 1 year.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But you overpaying Daniel Jones, in my opinion, bro. Like,
I don't know the quarterback market the way it is. If you look at his contract, it's not as big.
150 mil for playing like
quarterback
that.
market.
But you gotta look at some of the. You gotta look at the guarantee. You gotta look at all that stuff, bro. His annual ain't, especially when the market keep going
I
up.
like Daniel
gonna be a
Jones.
bad
150 mil and you ain't balling out, bro.
But I don't think y'all had any assets to trade up for like CJ.
I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. What your front office have even put around Daniel Jones? Y'all ain't put no O-line around this man.
Listen, and I'm glad you said
Y'all
that.
ain't put no
wide
wide receivers around him.
MJ, I'm glad you said that. Bro, every time we go into the draft, we get a DB. Why are we getting all these DBs every single year? Like,
Wasn't this about the Cowboys?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It
My bad.
Yeah. Sports
I
talk on the Cowboys,
ain't
man.
gonna lie.
So the Cowboys losing Trevon Diggs hurt a lot more than I think people are going to take for think about. Obviously, they got Stephon Gilmore, so really they saved themselves by getting him, or else they'd be even in a worse spot. I think that Cardinals game was a little bit of a fluke. We got to give James Conner his flowers. That man's been running like a monster the last 2 weeks. And then Joshua Dobbs. I mean, this Cardinals team just in general, I thought they were way worse. They're a gritty team. They're going to stay close. They're well coached to a degree. And then Dak dacked it up. I mean, a touch, a pick in the red zone. I mean, so who's surprised? Anyone want to raise their hand? Who's surprised that Dak Prescott threw a pick in the end zone?
None.
I mean, it's just this is what we expect. We know this is going to happen with him. The Cowboys are who we thought they were. They're going to have these phenomenal games because they're a great team. And then they're just going to shit the bed every 3 to 4 weeks. It's what they do. And unfortunately, that process continues into the playoffs. They're going to win a game. Hell, maybe 2. And then they'll get demolished. It's just how it works. It's the cycle.
And I did
chill with Tony Pollard, though. When he gets tired by playoff time.
Dak Prescott is who he is, bro. Like, I don't know what people are expecting, bro. Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins, they're the same exact player, bro. Same exact player.
I'll tell you what.
And for me, bro, it is what it is. Like, they're not gonna win with him.
Like, if you have a disgusting defense or a situation, like honestly, if Dak went to the San Fran, I could probably see them winning the Super Bowl, bro. But San Fran is not Dallas, bro. So like, he's never gonna be good enough. And it's just that.
I'll tell you what. If Dak don't do something this season, or at least make it far in the playoffs, I say the Cowboys go draft a quarterback.
That's
already traded for Trey Lance.
I agree with you, JP.
No, go get a franchise quarterback in the draft.
That's why they traded for Trey Lance, so he can.
I don't think they're gonna trade all their assets.
Problem: the owner, Jerry Jones, he got about a solid 3 to 5 years left, bro. The way he eating those McGriddles, man, and he's not gonna want to start all over. I just
you're not.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, pieces.
Ron, what's your thoughts?
I'm going.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So you tell me that them boys are back? You tell me that they're back. We saw everybody in the media talking about how fantastic their defense was, how they're Super Bowl contenders after 2 weeks. Yes, Trevon Diggs got hurt.
Bro, they are back.
It's the NFL. It's the NFL, and it's the next man up. Because imagine me as an Eagles fan making that excuse about losing both our coordinators, losing all these guys, Vontae Maddox tearing his pectoral muscle. Yes, so miss me with that double standard bullshit. Miss me with that double standard bullshit. But y'all lost to a fucking scrub. If this was Kyler Murray, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Y'all lost to Josh fucking Dobbs. Y'all lost to Josh Dobbs. Y'all are shit. Y'all are not back. Y'all are the same old Cowboys that will choke in the divisional round once again.
But here's the thing, though, bro. You're wrong. They are back. They are back. They're back to mid-season form, bro. Business as usual.
I'm glad. At first, I was gonna get angry, but then I found the direction you were going. I like what you did there.
The Cowboys have had opportunity to be great, and they just piss down their leg.
They piss it away every year.
Every single time, and there's always an excuse for it.
Like you know the phrase "damn, who pissed in your cereal?" They piss in their own cereal.
No, literally, they literally do it every year.
Hey, PSP, go ahead and say your thoughts right quick, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at some South Park Family Guy stuff. But bottom line, when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, Dak, I'm not gonna say he was awful. He could have played better. There were opportunities in the red zone. He could have cashed in the check and failed. That pick, that was terrible. Throwing in the triple coverage. The reason why they lost is because of the penalties and the rushing defense. They gave up over 200 rushing yards. And not only that, they committed too many penalties. That's on Mike McCarthy. And I told folks when y'all acquired Mike McCarthy, he's nothing more than a product of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. He's a yes man for Jerry Jones. Brought him to the crib for beer and nachos and all that other shit. Dak is what he is. He's at best an average quarterback. That's who he is. He's going to win you a fair amount of games. He'll get you to the playoffs. But in terms of Super Bowl, things of that nature, no. As for Dallas's defense, you're going to lose Trayvon Diggs. You lost Trayvon Diggs. God bless him. Hope he has a speedy recovery. But there's no excuse for this defense to give up over 200 yards. Arizona, I told Sports Talk and Broad, they played a lot more competitive in the season opener against Washington. Should have won that game against Washington. Should have won the game last week against the Giants, but then they blew a 21-point deficit, 21-point lead. Arizona is a lot better than what the record indicates. But the Dallas Cowboys are still who they are. Mike McCarthy, I do not trust him as far as a leader. I do not trust him as a play caller. I do not trust him as far as anything. Jerry Jones. The biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys is one Jerry Jones. Jerry cannot help himself. Jerry won't stay out of the way. And until Jerry Jones, unfortunately, leaves the Dallas Cowboys, they're not winning a Super Bowl.
Nope.
Bottom line.
I never heard that.
All right, Marcus, you said your thoughts about the Cowboys. Yeah.
Are you talking about Dallas?
Yeah.
Me, I mean, I know they're the same team, but I mean, I just look at this game as just any given Sunday. But to me, it's more so you got to give Arizona credit for playing hard. And Jonathan Gannon showing that he's actually a good coach. Like, he played hard against the Giants, and he played hard against the Commanders. But I got to give Jonathan Gannon his credit. This is more of a Jonathan Gannon game for me. I think he had them boys playing hard. But Dallas, I mean, at the same time, I think they'll be fine. Not saying they'll be going to the Super Bowl, but they'll be fine as far as, like, they're going to win all their games. They're going to win majority of the games that they're supposed to win. To me, I still got them winning the division. And they'll be all right. I mean, they're going to get bounced in the second round, of course, because they're not better than San Fran. So,
right.
But hold on. Brand, before you go, Cowboys, next week, they're going to keep hyping it up. And when they win a couple of games and when they lose, fall back to reality. But go ahead.
All right. Jay, what's your thoughts on the Cowboys?
I don't really take too much account into it. It was actually kind of funny, though. I was at the sports bar. There was a bunch of Cowboys fans. They were just silent as hell, getting drunk off their ass, losing to the Cardinals, bro. That was the only thing I found enjoyable. But overall, like, I mean, I agree with everyone else, though. Like, Dallas is still good. They still got a top defense. You know what I'm saying? Dak is still good enough to obviously take them to the playoffs, second round at most. I don't expect them to go much further. But I mean, I don't put much stock into this loss. It's not like as if this is like a loss that's going to cost them a chance to go to the playoffs or something like that. So it's not crazy to me. It's just week 3 for them. That's how I view it.
All right, man. Hey, man, for the last 15 minutes, man, we'll just go do our predictions for next week. And gladly we got Marcus and Jay here. So
I'm a Broncos fan, man.
Predictions, Broncos versus Bears. Who we got?
Broncos.
Bears.
Chicago. Broncos is winning, bro.
Chicago. Yes.
Broncos is winning.
Chicago by 30.
Russ is easily a better quarterback.
Chicago by 50.
Bro. Sean Payton is gonna outcoach Eberflus like a madman, bro. I promise you. The Bears defense had Baker Mayfield and Jordan Love looking like the next coming of Peyton Manning and Brett Favre. I promise to God.
Bro, we made Sam Howell. We made no. This is the battle of who's the worst defense. Since you want to make this claim, we made Sam Howell look like prime Aaron Rodgers, and he went up against the Bills. And dropped 3 points. No, it threw like 2 picks. No, y'all are winning, bro. Y'all are winning.
We literally lost our whole secondary and our linebacking core.
Bro, we have Vance Joseph. Enough said. You're winning the game.
Marcus, what the fuck are you talking about? Sam Howell and Aaron Rodgers.
Just saying. Against us, man. Hey, against us.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Sports Talk. You're a Chiefs fan, right?
I am.
Okay, I was kind of mad that I'm not shocked, but I'm kind of mad that y'all took out Patrick Mahomes. I wanted y'all to beat us by 80. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted y'all to break the
He's one of them.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fans. No, they deserve to be beat.
I wanted to see him smoke us, bro. I'm not gonna cap.
Kansas City got too distracted by Taylor Swift's appearance.
Literally.
Oh my!
At this point, I forgot y'all did have
to. That shit had nothing to do with football coverage.
That's the biggest time I've ever seen for a downgrade, bro. But
yeah, bro, that shit had nothing to do with football coverage, and they kept talking.
That's because they know what's going on with their game. They really turned the game off, bro, because the game was that bad.
Jerseys that went up in price.
Did y'all see Travis Kelce's outfit?
Week 3 scheduling was going to be ass from the jump. That's why they talked about Taylor Swift, because all the games was ass. So it was like,
oh no, Brandon, we got one more game. We got to talk about though. The Chargers versus Vikings game.
Yeah, we should have talked about the Steelers.
Let's go. Chargers Vikings. Listen, I'm gonna throw what I got out there. I don't care that the Chargers won this game. Brandon Staley still deserves to get fired. They were up, and they went for it on their own 24. You have Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, who's went for like 200 yards. You have Gerald Everett, Mike Williams, all these dudes, and you run a fullback dive out of broken eye.
Yeah.
Are you serious? On your own 24?
I don't get these teams running fullback dives. I saw a lot of that yesterday.
That's what I was thinking. There was like 7 of them yesterday.
That play. I've seen that play so many times yesterday. I'm like, what do we, bro? That play doesn't work. They have no momentum, bro.
Here's the thing, Joe. Here's the thing, OJ. And this is the funny part, right? This is the hypocritical part that Broad's gonna love. Why is everyone running fullback dive when the tush push apparently is unstoppable? If anyone can do it, if it's so unfair for the Eagles to do it, why is everyone running fullback dive? I saw it 7 times. I'm not exaggerating. Yesterday on 4th and 1.
Yesterday, bro.
So I never want to hear any of these teams bitch about the tush push or a quarterback sneak ever again when you're not gonna do it.
Exactly.
That's the Seahawks' future coach right there, man.
Also, it is a rugby fucking crop. And this is also another thing I want to add. Everyone bitches about the tush push. Okay, but you didn't bitch about Tom Brady when he was
doing it all the time?
When literally the NFL did an article in 2020 and deemed him the master of the QB sneak? Yeah, miss me with that bullshit.
But how are you going to go? How are you ahead and you're going to go for it on 4th and 1? I don't care that you went for it on 4th and 1. That's been Staley's MO. It's been horrible. Why you're doing it on your own before you even your own 50?
And you wild to me by having that terrible play.
Yes. And you run fullback dive out of broken eye, bro.
Everyone knows that.
Fire him. He's a moron.
Run fullback dive in Madden when you were on the 1 yard line trying to punch it in.
I'm not running fullback dive on Madden. I know.
I ain't doing that ever. I get the gist.
I ain't doing it. Hey, OJ, what's your thoughts on the Chargers, man?
I mean, you know what's crazy, bro? If the Chargers lost the game, there would have been so many people, man, just jumping on Herbert, and he had a fantastic game, bro. I think yesterday was a prime example of just how bad of a team the Chargers are outside of Herbert, man. And
he hasn't had a bad game. He hasn't had a bad game. He's been phenomenal.
He's been
phenomenal all year long. He hasn't turned the ball over.
He's been great all year long, but so that's a prime example of, man, there's only so much a quarterback can do. But on another note, though, this is gonna sound crazy, bro, but the Vikings, they're done. Like their season's done. If I'm the Jets, get Kirk Cousins, bro, because Zach Wilson, honestly, bro, is probably. I will take Justin Fields over Zach Wilson at this point, bro, and I'm not kidding.
It's a tie for me.
I'd rather the Jets draft another quarterback.
So
real talk. I'd rather just draft no one.
This
Hey,
They can't trade for Kirk
Jettas
Cousins.
request a trade too?
Yes.
Yes, get out of there.
Yeah, Jettas should come to Chicago.
Hold on a second. Jettas requested a trade?
No,
No, he should. He should. And you know,
yes.
hey,
Jettas
Justin
to
Jefferson, there's a team that needs a number one wide receiver.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying. You want to win Super Bowls, baby.
Yeah, you know
And
what?
you want to go play with the
Jefferson
quarterback. I'm just saying. There's a team right now that needs somebody.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
We got the
Bro, you
best
got-
gas in Denver. Come on.
You got
I'm just saying.
Hey, Jettas, Cincinnati
Oh, you
Bengals.
joking, bro.
You want to go to parades?
Smoke all
You
the
want to
weed.
go talk on? You want to go talk on the big screens? You want to get them sponsorships? Super Bowl champion. I don't know.
I hope he tears his ACL.
saying.
With that uniform.
I hope.
You got Kelsey and Sky Moore sports talk. You good, bro? I promise you.
No. We had Justin Jefferson. It's a lot.
Stop being
It's
spoiled.
done.
You are good.
It's done.
Stop being spoiled.
It's done.
Jay
You're good.
It's done.
Jettas to the Bengals, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I can see
Jay
it.
Jettas, actually.
Hey man, the next game for next week, bro. We got the Dolphins and the Bills. Who y'all got winning?
Dolphins by 2
Dolphins.
touchdowns.
It's gonna be high scoring. It's gonna be high scoring though.
Division game?
No, it's at Buffalo.
I
It's at
mean-
Buffalo.
I'll
Give
be
me the Bills.
At this point,
Oh,
I
at
trust
Buffalo?
Tua more than Josh.
Yes,
Allen.
at
Yeah, it's at
Buffalo.
Buffalo though.
At
Yeah, it's
Buffalo.
at
Give me
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Give me Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo.
Yeah, it's at Buffalo.
Give me
I
Buffalo.
don't know.
Bro, we're in
I got
October.
Dolphins on that one, bro.
Tua don't play well in cold weather. It's gonna
I
get
think
a
it's
little
all
cold.
cool.
It ain't cold, Jay.
It's in the
It's gonna
six.
get
It's
cold.
gonna
It's
be
gonna
in.
get cold on
It's
Sunday.
gonna be in the 69, 70 degrees.
Oh, that'll be
never
all
mind.
right.
Yeah,
I'll
nah,
still go with Dolphins, bro.
they good.
Mhm.
Now if it was
I'm gonna
November,
go
it'd
with
be
the
December.
Dolphins. I'm gonna go with Miami.
I'm not worried about the Bills' overrated secondary. Best secondary in the league. Every
Yeah,
time I
give me
turn around,
the,
they're more
The
good.
Bills have people are overrating the Bills secondary.
Oh, I thought he.
Yeah, I hear that they're the best secondary in NFL, and they have the best
Maybe
secondary.
last
But
year
every
I
time I
said
turn
that
around,
shit.
Warriors
I
game,
got Detroit over the Bills, but that's just me.
No, not secondary. You drunk. You
Maybe-
drunk.
hold up,
Detroit
maybe-
secondary over the Bills?
I'm taking the Bills secondary
Whoa,
over Detroit.
wait. Maybe it's just because I have a favorite DB on
What the
there.
fuck did he just say? Did he just
Yeah,
say
but your
the fucking
favorite
Lions defense?
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's just because of one player on the team. That's probably why I said
Isn't that one
CJ
player
Gardner
hurt, too,
Johnson's out for the year. Who the fuck
Yeah,
are
that's
they
what I'm saying.
covering?
That's probably why I said it. That's why I said
Yeah,
it.
he's gone
That's
for
why I
the
said
he's
it.
gone for the year, bro.
So
I
I
was about
take
to
it
say
back.
I was like,
I take
he
it back.
drunk as hell.
Oh,
He's talking
hell
about Detroit.
no.
I take it back.
Oh, hell no, Brandon.
Brandon, I'm gonna go with Miami in this one. I think
When
it comes
healthy,
down
the
to Josh
Bills
Allen's
have the
play.
best safety tandem in the league in Poyer and Hyde combined as a unit, not individually.
Oh,
You would have to say that Hyde and Poyer are up there when it comes to the top safety tandems in the league.
Okay. All right, man.
Miami
Next
should win.
game. Next game, we got another division game. It's the Ravens versus the Browns, and the Browns are at home.
Ravens.
Give me Cleveland.
Ravens.
Cleveland.
The Ravens are injured everywhere.
That's what I'm
Do they
saying.
have anyone healthy? OJ, you're muted.
They're starting to get
Browns.
overrated, bro. Like I
Give me
got
the
Cleveland.
Browns, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna take
Bro.
Cleveland. I'm gonna switch.
I don't even
up.
think Deshaun's that good. I just think the
Lamar
Browns are
hasn't
more
looked
healthy.
that
They
good
just
this
better
year.
health.
Browns got to me. The Browns got a better roster right now.
Give me the Browns.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
So,
If the Ravens were healthy, which I really think there are 3 things guaranteed in this life: death, taxes, and the Ravens are going to have injuries up and down that damn roster. I don't know what it is about that team. They don't have a medical staff. Who are they employed by? Casper the Friendly fucking Ghost? They don't have anyone healthy on that team.
Them and the Chargers.
Dr. Kevorkian.
No, they don't.
I mean, oh my God, dude, they're missing 3 linemen,
Give
2
me the
wide
Browns,
receivers,
bro.
every guy on defense you can think of. They're missing everybody.
Hey, wait.
Oh my God.
I guess I'm going Browns.
Cleveland should win this one.
Surely enough, Cleveland will win. Surely enough.
I don't know. Deshaun Watson over there playing. I ain't gonna lie.
He did look much better against Tennessee, and credit to Cleveland's defense. They neutralized Derrick Henry.
Oh, I didn't even see
I
that
mean,
game.
yeah.
Oh.
And Myles
Yeah, I
Garrett
was
has
watching
been
that game.
playing. And Myles Garrett, boy, he looked like a terror. I mean, 3.5 sacks.
He looking like a decoy.
Y'all taking
Hey,
Michael
yeah.
Parsons or Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
I was making sure so we can take
It's
some
close.
in the chat.
It's close.
It's
It's too
Next
early to
game,
tell.
next game we got Thursday night. It's the Lions versus the Packers. Packers at home.
Oh my goodness, bro!
I'm
These
not for
primetime
Lions
games
versus
need
the
to be better,
Packers.
bro.
Bring me them Lions.
Give me
Why
the
is it
Lions,
that
bro.
Give me the
primetime
Lions.
games are so
Oh no,
well?
bro, Green man.
I got a question.
The lines are so hard to gauge, bro. You don't know.
That's what I'm
version
saying.
they're gonna
I
get,
like
bro.
Detroit though.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
guess
wait.
Detroit.
I think Green Bay roster getting underrated a bit.
I don't even think
Dude,
that
I
at
love
all,
looking
bro.
good over there.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even think Green Bay's roster is really underrated. I just think if they play a really good defense, their flaws gonna show. Like really, they only
They
beat
got
the
a good
Saints because
defense
Derek Carr got
themselves.
hurt.
Yeah,
But they played against the Saints. Saints are considered good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
I
I'm
know-
saying they also like because the Saints was still in position to win that game, obviously, but then they blew it. I'm saying if Derek Carr was healthy, the Saints would have won that. But I don't know. I feel like
Well,
the
unfortunately
Lions-
for them, they're gonna have to stuck. It's either Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill for the Saints.
Yeah, I mean the Saints gonna as long as they beat the Panthers, I don't care. But look,
I'm just saying,
Lions.
I wouldn't bet on this game. Right now, Detroit is favored by 1 point. So if you are out there betting Green Bay +1, you're a bitch. Take them on it.
Wow.
Like, bro,
How does that make sense?
Bro,
can you
it is
elaborate on
1
that?
point. At that point, you should just take the money line.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Like Green Bay
Um,
+1.
I got
+1.
Detroit. I got
At that
Detroit.
point, you should just take the money line.
Who's at
Monday-
home? Who's at home?
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Oh yeah, Green Bay. Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know,
I'm still going Detroit.
I'm gonna go
Hold
save.
on.
Give me Detroit, but
I'm
I
still
do
going
respect Green Bay. I think Green Bay gonna finish number 2 in the division.
Is Aaron Jones gonna play though? That's the thing as well.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Hey,
We got a London game.
hey, all right,
What's your other
last
prediction?
game,
Oh,
man.
Yeah. No,
You
I'm
said
sorry, but Brandon. What was the game you gonna mention? My fault.
Seahawks versus Giants Monday night.
Why is that a Monday night game?
Why is that a
Seahawks
Monday night
versus
game?
Giants?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is
That's
this
ugly.
schedule?
Daniel, that's why you brought
Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones and Geno
versus Geno
Smith in the
Smith.
chat.
Big blue.
Wait, Brandon. Did you
Big
brought this up
blue.
only because Trent's not here? Because
Yeah.
if you brought this up to Trent, he'd probably get pissed.
Why did they put that on prime time?
Blue.
If the Giants don't have Saquon, it's Seattle all day.
Hey, oh yeah, I got Seattle because
But
Jamal
Payne,
Adams.
remember the
Ah,
NFL was
give me
doing
my
this last
Giants.
year with Thursday games. So,
Bro,
Oh,
last
TK,
Thursday was just,
you are a Giants fan. We gonna beat y'all too.
I think we're.
I hope y'all beat them. I mean, that was a good.
I'm going Seattle.
We lose this
Seattle.
game.
There's
I'm
nothing
going
the
with
Giants
Seattle 23
Seattle by
to
2 scores.
13.
Yeah.
23 to 13.
Isn't that is that home? Is that Seattle's?
No,
It's at New York. It's at New York.
Oh,
It
even
doesn't
better.
matter. Yeah,
Even
even better.
better.
It don't matter.
Prime time
Yeah.
embarrassment for the. Well, it's not going to be an embarrassment. The Giants are terrible. So,
But yeah. All right, man. That includes the end of the show, man. Any last words before we head out, y'all?
Man, all I gotta say is I really hope the Birds pull out a win tonight. And PSP, good luck this week, brother, because you're gonna need it.
I really have no expectations for Washington, so
But
I don't. I told you prior to the season, I did not have Washington. I told what Washington should do: take the rest of the season to get Caleb. Trust the process. They didn't want to do that.
Nah, bro, you got Sam Howell, bro. You good?
Just
Yeah, you
stop
good,
it!
bro.
Stop it! Stop trying to hype up Sam Howell. after what
Nobody
happened
wants to
against
see.
the Bills.
Nobody wants to see Caleb Williams in Washington, bro.
At
It's not
all.
good.
And nobody wants to see Caleb Williams in Denver. But okay.
Hey, but Caleb Williams and Sean Payton. Caleb Williams and Sean Payton will feed family.
Sean Payton is just getting embarrassed. Sean Payton keeps sticking up his chest. He brought that on himself.
He's a Broncos fan.
Y'all been embarrassed. Y'all been
And not only that,
Y'all been an embarrassment. Y'all been an embarrassment since the crack epidemic.
Sean Payton
Y'all got
didn't
bought
even
by a dude with HIV.
Hold on. Sean Payton didn't even have
Hey,
the
yo.
decency to answer a
Organization
moral
are
question.
Wow.
Meanwhile, prime time was more humble and more.
Yo, leave Magic Johnson out of this, man.
Dan Snyder has put y'all on the
He's
embarrassment
gone.
pedestal
We no
for
longer
40
have Dan
years.
Snyder anymore.
I ain't gonna
We're
lie.
moved
We
into a
ain't gonna
different
lie. We in
direction
embarrassment
now.
right now,
Uncle
but
Sam
y'all
committed
used to this
suicide.
limelight since y'all were born. Y'all used to
Yeah,
this.
and Champagne.
not doing that,
Yeah,
bro.
we're talking about
We
right
not
now,
doing that,
Champagne.
bro.
Stop trying
Now
to move
look,
into a different
Now look,
direction.
be
with
happy with
Washington,
Sam
man.
Howell. And good
No, I am not
stream.
happy with Sam
You
Howell
got
with the way
Sam Howell.
he's playing right
I had
now.
to
Are
deal
you
with Case
serious?
fucking Keenum. I had to deal
No,
with Case
stop.
Keenum.
Oh,
I
stop
deserve
it,
a
Champion.
quarterback. I
That's your
deserve a
fault.
quarterback.
That's your fault. No,
I
Marcus,
deserve a quarterback. I don't
Marcus,
give a
that's
fuck.
bullshit
I don't
you're
give a
saying.
fuck.
Because you kept telling me, man, Russ is going to play at an elite level. Russ is going to play at the fucking Pro Bowl level.
Russ is
What
better than
happened,
anything you
Tillman?
got.
Don't mess me with
Russ
that
is better
shit,
than
man.
anything
Stop,
you
man.
got.
Nobody wants to see Caleb Williams in Denver, man. Stop. You had Peyton Manning all
Keep
these
going,
years.
PSP. Keep going, PSP. Talking about PSP.
Stop, Marcus.
Hey, stop gaslighting.
I told you what Washington. Hold on. Prior to the season, did I have Washington for any expectations?
I didn't have
No.
Denver for any expectation either. So we both
Stop with that bullshit. You even said that. Oh my God, no, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Stop, Marcus.
Brandon. Before the season, because these dudes ain't in the group chat. Before the season, wasn't I being 100 that said we're not gonna really do much? I just want to be better.
You said that. You said no. You did.
Alrighty then.
That's
So
a
I ain't had
bullshit.
expectations.
So what Marcus is saying is that his word doesn't matter. That's what he's saying now.
Yeah. What you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What the fuck?
Word don't mean shit.
I'm gonna say something. I ain't gonna really mean it. But then guess what? You're gonna make a prediction about something. Be like, I called it. And everyone's gonna be like, nah, you bullshit. And you was just faking it. Your word means shit.
What do you mean?
I expect nothing less in the Army.
Huh?
I expect nothing less in the Army.
Sam Howell. You should be more concerned about
they teach us how to get out of bullshit. So you know.
Hey, Sports Talk. Any last words, man?
Yeah. Aside from like all the games and everything like that, we had a big argument up here, especially like me and Trent, about running backs and the whole payment between running backs. I'm just gonna say this season has proved why running backs have not gotten paid. The course of this season has further showed it. Nick Chubb's injured for the year. Unfortunate, right? Probably the best back in the league. Out for the year. Christian McCaffrey or CMC is the only one that's been a top paid guy that's been worth a damn. Derrick Henry hasn't been good. Jonathan Taylor has been in a contract dispute. Saquon's already hurt again. You got Raheem Mostert out here going crazy. Zach Moss is coming in here for Jonathan Taylor going crazy. Bijan Robinson's the number one paid running back in the league, and he's not even top 3 right now. I think that'll change. We'll give that more of the season as it goes on.
There we go.
And
hey.
So you look at this and you're like, it's further proving the point of why running backs shouldn't get paid big money. It is just continued proving it as the season goes on. So people can keep arguing it. They can keep lying to themselves. But at the end of the day, it's true. Until a running back can change the course of how this image is looked at, it's not going to change.
Facts.
Man.
Can I say this, Sports Talk?
Go ahead, Mark.
What up?
I ain't gonna lie. I agree with you on that shit. I also want to allude to the fact that last year Chiefs Super Bowl win also proved why running backs would not get paid. Because
it's been like that for almost 20 years, bro.
Literally. Go look at all the past Super Bowl champions. They haven't even had a top 15 running back in their starting lineup. Some of them,
besides from Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yeah.
And ever since Marshawn Lynch, it's been abysmal. There's only been one. The last 1,000-yard rusher was a LeGarrette Blount.
Not to mention they prime is short. Running backs don't last that long. So why would
and it's because I've tried to figure out for the last year and a half why running backs' careers are so much shorter. It's because of rule changes. It's not because of it's not because of their versatility. It's not because of the strength of players. No, players have been strong like this, progressively, gradually getting better on both defense and offense for years. It is the rule changes. What did they used to OJ? I think you're the oldest guy in the chat right now. What did players back in the day used to say when you got hit? What did they used to say? Hit me where, not where.
Above the knee?
Hit me high, not low. You hit me low, you'll end my career. You hit me high, I can come back from it. Yeah. Guys like Emmitt Smith and guys like Earl Campbell and you know all these dudes that played forever.
It's gonna take some time to learn how to tackle. And when the rule was first implemented, you could tell there were a lot of penalties. So guys are slowly getting better.
But that's the thing is as time's gone on and you have to hit lower and lower because you're not allowed to hit really shoulder up. So now you have to hit in those soft tissue areas, and it's ruining players' careers. It's it's ruining Saquon Barkley's. It's practically Nick Chubb's career is practically over, right? It's hurt Derrick Henry in the past. It hurt CMC in the past. It's going to continue doing it. He's just going to get bit by it eventually because it's the way that the game is played. Yeah. It's designed to hit you in a place where it's going to last years.
Those guys are even more susceptible.
Yes.
OJ, any last word, man?
Well, let's see. Not really. I just saw the Eagles scored. So
Today's the case, baby.
Who called that?
Another St. Joe's Prep alum on a football team.
Yeah. There's 2 games on tonight. But by the way, is that gonna be an every Monday thing? 2 games, or is that just like
it's like the first 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's just this week.
Even though I like it like that, just keep it up.
Hey, Jay, any last words?
Oh no, that's pretty much it, man. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh man,
for sure, Jay. Jay, you got anything?
No, we're going on for it.
No. Keep this trash streak moving on, man. We about to reach a year since we last won a football game, bro. This coaching staff is amazing. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Marcus.
The NBA is better than the NFL. One. I said that.
Why are we lying? No one gives a fuck about the entire regular season anymore.
Cut your mic off. We ain't debating.
Right. You're right, because it's not a debate. The NBA is not nowhere near as good.
The NBA
all right.
The NBA
TK.
Not even close.
That's what we're.
Well, all I can say is if MJ is gonna say that statement, I'll just go ahead and say college football is better than the NFL right now.
That's crazy.
Hey, he low key cooking because Ohio State game of the year.
And I said what I said on
Buckeyes.
Just released the video about the Denver Broncos scoring 70 points. Go check that out on my YouTube.
That's crazy.
New episode of Commanders Demand. New episode of Commanders Demand will come on probably Thursday afternoon. So we're going to talk about the Eagles Commanders predictions, which I predicted the Eagles would demolish the Commanders. Going to New Orleans, going to the Beyonce concert, so I'm happy about that. And that's about it.
Oh wait, Brandon, I got one more thing. Jay, come out of hiding, you baby back bitch.
Yo. What the fuck?
He's hiding like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Pretty much.
Oh my God. What is happening right now?
Hey, I don't know what this. Hey man, I don't know what this is right here. But he said, I don't know what this is, but it says love the show. That is crazy. But hey, hey, that is crazy.
Wait, what?
Hey, but appreciate the love, bro. But hey, man, for all the people that say make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, we out.
Peace.
Peace.